How do you live from the inside out? Guess you've always heard it, live from the inside out. The problem is 99% of people more than likely live from the outside in. What does this mean? Well, when you're living from the outside in, you're relying on external sources. Things like when someone says to you, hey, would you look at this? Or did you hear that? Or did you see this? All those external factors go into your internal, like you internalize those things. So, for example, there's something negative on the news, and someone's like to you, "Hey, did you see this?" You go and look at it, and then that'll change the way you live your life. Like you use these external senses, like look, hear, taste, touch, smell, to determine your internal vibration. When you should be living from the inside out, and what this means is to already have your idea, your goal internalized, and then project it outwards, and not the other way around. Not let the world and the negativity project from the outside into you. It's one of the Hermetic Principles. If you understand like how correspondence works and things like when they say as above, so below, that means what happens to one happens to the other. It's just the correspondence. Like for example, what happens to the stars and to the planets happens down on Earth. As above, the moon moves around, the tides raise on it on the Earth. That's what it means. And the same principle follows for as within, so without. So when you understand this and you realize, says your environment is impacting you negatively because as without, so within, it's going to disrupt your internal balances and change your internal vibration. But this is a massive key eye opener. If you can understand this and you can implement this into your life, you can actually rearrange your reality around you based upon your internal vibrations and what you feel like internally. So if you come into a situation and just say if you're going to, let's say for example, you're going to buy a car and the car is, $20,000 and you only want to pay 17,000 for the car, for example. If you approach the situation in your mind that you've already bought the car for $17,000 and that's the vibration you're emitting, well, that's what the universe will bring right back to you. That's the reality that you will create around you. But the hard part is most people, they play on the result. Their emotions are based upon the result of their life. They don't think to create the reality. They let the reality be created around them, and then they'll internalize that, and then that will affect how they think and feel and what they do from then onwards. So if you can grasp this concept, and it starts, you have to realize the world and your results start from within you, and then you can project it out to the world. Then the world and the universe will present you with what you want, because that's what you've internalized. It starts within, so without. Don't let it go the other way around, and don't let your environment and the universe and the world predictate and premeditate what your life should be, and then you internalize it. Do it the other way around. To practice this, like the hard part I think a lot of people will struggle with this is they'll let external factors get them down, lower their vibration and things like that. But the key here is to remember, like, not letting these external factors change your internal vibration. And one of the key things that you can do every morning for this is as soon as you wake up, literally while your brain is fresh and your brain is still in that brainwave, I think it's like a delta brainwave, when you wake up, write down your goals and write down your reality exactly as if how you want it to be, as if you're living this in the present moment. So you would say something like, I'm so happy now that, and then you would write your dream life out. I'm living in my mansion, I'm driving my supercar, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Whatever your dream life is, whatever your goals are, write it down as if you actually like currently, presently living that. Then you'll go about your day already with that in your mind. It's like your brain is like a hard drive, and then you've already allocated a certain amount of disk space to this goal. If you go in and you go about your day without having these goals predetermined, well, the universe and people around you will give you their goals instead, and your memory or whatever, your hard drive space, will be taken up by the external factors. So you have to almost like predetermine where this memory of your brain is going to be directed to and where this energy is going to go to. The sooner you can do that, the better, because then other people's ideologies and their judgments and what their dreams and goals are won't be projected onto you. You'll be able to project your goals and dreams outwards onto the world itself. And that's where a lot of people will struggle, because they wake up and they go aimlessly about their day. They're not sure what they're doing, where they're going, who they're seeing, things like that. But when you can get it clear and precise down to the point of exactly how you want your life to be, like it should be that clear down to the point where if I said to you, like, open your front door now, does your front door open from the left or from the right? You'll know exactly, oh, this is how my front door opens. You walk in, what's the first thing you see? The kitchen is here. What color's your fridge? What color's your car? All these specific things, You need to know not just your current life now, you need to know how you want your future life to be, and you need to be very specific with the universe and to put these things out there. You can't just say, I want a nice house, I want a nice car. Like, what type of car do you want? What color do you want it to be? Do you want it to be manual or automatic? How much power do you want this car to have? Be very specific, like you're living, like you're in the present moment. Like, you can look back at your house now and see exactly how it's portrayed. That's how you need to be looking into the future. How do you want your exact house to look and to feel and to be? So when you can grasp that concept and you can internalize that, that's when it'll start projecting outwards onto the universe. And when that happens, that's when you'll be given the opportunity. The universe will not hand you these things on a silver platter and will say, hey, here's your, you don't just like wake up one morning and, oh, it could happen, but it's unlikely that the universe will say, hey, here's your $1 million you asked for. The universe will present you with an opportunity to get this. So you'll put it out there constantly. Oh, this is what I want. This is what I want. You'll envision it. You'll, whatever you want to call it, manifest it. But it'll be presented to you within an opportunity. And it's only then when you take action on the opportunity is when you'll actually achieve this dream life or this dream goal or whatever you want it to be. That's what you have to understand. It's like manifesting, visualizing this, also with a combination of taking action on it and using your intuition to know when to take action and which path of the road to go down. That all comes and ties in with your higher faculties. You know, your ability to reason, your ability to think, your ability to use your intuition. All these things should be used much before you use your external senses, like your look, hear, taste, touch, smell. Your internal higher faculties are much more important to you into creating the reality that you want to live. And it's your responsibility to create your life. When you realize you have the power to create your life, no matter the circumstance, it is always your responsibility. If you're upset that it's cold and raining outside, well, it's your wrongdoing for living in a climate where it's cold and rainy. If you don't like that, move to a climate. You know, if you don't have enough money to move to an area, we'll make more money, generate a business. It's all comes down to your mindset. That is the most powerful tool you have to create the life you want. Whether it's you want to improve your health and your fitness, or you want to improve your financial status, or you want to find your loving partner, whatever it is, it all starts internally. So the whole point of this video is to make you realize that don't let your externals determine and dictate your life. Let your internals do it, and then you can say, so within as without. So it starts internally. If any of you have done this before, I'd be interested to hear like how you guys have gone about using your internals to change your external life. It doesn't have to be like some dramatic change like, oh, I manifested $10 million. It could be something as simple as I've, got a promotion at a job, or you've manifested a certain car in your life, or things like that. That's super interesting to hear how people have done it and how they've gone about their certain way. And every single time I hear about it, it's always, it starts within. It starts with a thought and the vision and what you want inside, and then you project it through the outside. But it'll only happen once you realize is that it starts within.